Good morning, all of you. Today's lecture is a continuation of yesterday's previous lab session. In the previous class, what we did was we took up this example of the study hours and the study hours and the exam scores, and we plotted a graph and we got a graph like this, right? Now, the previous class I've given you an assignment to plot the graph for this one. Okay, I want you all to complete it and upload it in your Google Classrooms. Okay, so how to upload, how to save it in your simplest way is you can right click and you can save it as an image. Okay, and once your GitHub accounts are ready, I want you to post your code program as well as the output in your GitHub account and share it with me so that I can evaluate it. Is that clear? So this is where we have stopped in the last time because it is slightly zoomed, no? It's This is where we have stopped. So as a review session, we have multiple ways of finding the correlation coefficient of two variables. First thing is that we'll do the traditional way. The reason is very simple because I wanted you people to understand or review all the Python that you have studied previously. We have a very simple formula, very easy way. One step you can find out the Pearson coefficient. Okay, that way also I will be teaching you. But you should know how it is done the traditional way just for the sake of understanding. Okay, so what is the formula for finding the Pearson's coefficient here? You should get a value which is between -1 and 1, right? So this is the formula that we need to apply, right? So first what we need to find is that we have this x value here, we have to we have this y value here. We have to find x into y, right? Sigma of x into y. This is the first term that we would like to find out. Okay? So we will find out x into y. Xy is equal to x into y. Okay, but since I've restarted the system, I have to run all these code once again so that we don't get any error. Yes. This may be only for plotting. You don't need to run this again. But so I put this variable as xy and that is x into y. So xy, what is xy? This is an element wise multiplication. You can do different ways of multiplying two arrays. Matrix multiplication is different. For that you have to use a different formula. This is element wise multiplication. Am I correct? Is this value correct as what you have got when you have done manually? Please check your manual work. Is this what you have got as xy? Yes, this is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is np dot multiply x comma y. If I do this also, I am expected to get the same value. Okay, one is very simple. Directly you can use the multiplication operand so that you can do it. Np dot multiply is another way. We have different types of products. When we come to vectors, we'll be learning all those things. We have dot products, we have matrix multiplication, we have vector multiplication, so many other aspects. That's why this is important now. We have to understand that multiplication is not as easy as I've taught you. We have so many other constraints also. Is that clear? Next thing what we have to find out is that we found out xy, but we have to find out the sum of all the values. So how you will do that? Okay, I will call this as sum or sum underscore xy just for easy understanding is equal to np dot sum xy. It is not x comma y, it's xy. Xy is a single variable. Okay, is that? I'll share this code with you also. You can practice this. I'll give it to you as a link. You can open this and you can also practice this. If you edit it, it will get saved. But somehow or the other, I have another copy also. Don't worry about that. If you want, I will share this code also with you. So now I've sum underscore xy. I'll check what is this. Is this the correct answer? Is it correct? Right? Yes or no? Yes. After this, sum of x into sum of y. Right? So what I'm going to do is sum underscore x is equal to np dot sum x and sum underscore y is equal to np dot sum of y, and okay, now what we have to do is that sum underscore x into sum underscore y, right? Yes or no? Sum underscore x into sum underscore y is equal to, okay, this is a variable, okay, sum underscore x into sum underscore y. I made it easy for understanding. You can put it as xy or sigma xy or whatever you want. It's a variable name, okay. So I need to check whether it is correct now. Sum underscore x into sum underscore y. I put some variable name. Okay, don't take it seriously. You don't need to give such big variable names also. This is for ease of understanding. So you got this value. Is it correct? This is the value. Did you get? Am I right? So how to find out n? I'll take it up. N is equal to n is equal to length x or length y. Okay, that's 8. So you got the first three values. Then what we are supposed to find out? Sigma x square. So how you will find out x square? X underscore square is equal to np dot square of x. Similarly, y underscore square, y underscore square is equal to np. So this is AI helping me to type. So you got these two values, right? You got these two values, x square and y square. Okay. So we have simply substitute these values, right? So how we'll do that? Correlation coefficient R is equal to n. First I'll open a bracket, n into, okay, sum into this one, right? No, sum xy, this one, right? Sigma xy. So this is the value first. First part is done. Minus another bracket, sum underscore x into sum underscore y. I'm putting the whole thing in another big bracket. Then what you have to do, divided by square root of np dot square root. Square root. I'll just check the method for finding out square root. NumPy square root. So sqrt, not the full one, sqrt. Okay, n into minus np dot n into np dot sum of x square. Okay, this one we have found out now already. No, sum of x square we have not found out. Okay, so np dot sum of x underscore square minus np dot square of sum of x into n dot np dot sum of y square minus np dot square of sum y. And then I am printing r. So I got the correlation coefficient as 1. Okay. All of you understood? All of you understood how to do it? You require any questions or anything, you can ask me now. So this is the way you have to find the correlation coefficient. So now I've taught you the easiest and the traditional way of finding out Pearson's coefficient so that you can also remember the formula and do it. We people know we don't remember formulas nowadays. So I'll tell you the easiest way, very simple way with direct one step implementation. So for that, from SciPy, there's a library called SciPy, import stats. Okay, and row. I call it as row because I don't want you to get confused with R and this. Okay, for simplicity, or you can also use R. Stats dot Pearson R x comma y. So I put it as row for easy understanding. Okay, you can use R or any kind of variable. So what is row? You got this value like this, right? You got this as 1. But you can print it in a better way. Formatting of strings, okay? Correlation coefficient of x and y y colon row dot statistic colon dot for f. Okay, so is it okay? So I printed it in a better and a very easy format. So you might think that what is all these things? F, point 4, F, and so on. I have a detailed lecture on print statement and its formats. Okay. I have shared this video with you in your WhatsApp groups. So that video will explain to you why I've used this point 4F and what is this all about. Okay. So in this I have not used NumPy at all, but I've used this SciPy library to find out the correlation coefficient. Same way with NumPy also we can do. There is another one more method of finding out correlation coefficient without going with uh, shall I proceed? Is there any queries? All of you understood the direct method also? So let me teach you the next method using NumPy. The same row is equal to NumPy np dot co NumPy dot co. One second. So this CORRCOEF. You don't need to remember all those things. You can go to NumPy website, you'll get it. X comma Y. So now I'm printing. So row, I'll put it as some other variable row underscore np and let me see what is there in row. It will be a matrix. I'll tell you what this matrix means. So this is a matrix, two-dimensional array with 4 ones. Okay. Now actually if you want to find the correlation coefficient of x comma y, what you have to do is that you have to put 0 comma 1. I'll tell you why. Because it is giving you a value inside this matrix, that is this value. Okay. To get this value in the matrix, you are using this particular one. This you give, you get it as 1. Okay. But you print the entire matrix, what you get? You get 4 values. So this stands for correlation of x with x itself. Okay. The same variable. This second one, okay, zeroth row, first column says the correlationship of x with respect to y. And 1 comma 0, the first one says the correlation of y with respect to x. And the last one says the correlation of y with respect to itself. Okay. So you have 4 options here. This matrix, I'll make it as a text here. Okay, I'll use this one. So you have a matrix like this, right? 1, 1, 1, and 1, right? This one says this is R of x with respect to x. This is R of x with respect to y. This is R of y with respect to x. And this is R of y with respect to y. Okay. These are all autocorrelation functions which we will be studying in future. Will not be in our subject. The subject may be in your other courses. You will be studying about what is meant by autocorrelation. What happens when there is a change in time. So it is a relationship of a variable with itself. Okay. That we are not concerned now. So if you want to find out the correlation coefficient of x with respect to y, you can take the value in the 0th and 1. So that you will get this 1. Is that clear for all of you? All of you have understood? So, in our third experiment in data science, we have seen how to plot a scatter plot. We have seen how to find out the correlation coefficient of two variables, Pearson's coefficient, correlation coefficient. So when you write in your records, I prefer that you write all the methods. 3 methods you need to write. One, the old method by implementing the formula. Second one, using SciPy and stats. Third one, using NumPy. So is there any clarification, any doubts that you want me to get it cleared? It's a question answer time. All of you have understood? All of you have understood what is the significance of this correlation coefficients? All of you have understood how to draw plot graphs? Okay? Is that clear? So the first one, I've done it for you. The second one, you have to get the -1 value, right? So this one, I want you to plot the graph. I want you to find out rho using all the three means and check whether you are getting -1 as the value for all the things. Is that clear and fine for all of you? So with this, I'll wind up today's session. Thank you all. Thank you very much for listening to me.